At the beginning of the 201,516 campaign, a 17-year-old Dominic Solanke followed the likes of Nemanja Matic, Patrick van Aanholt, Gael Kakuta, Christian Atsu, Lucas Piazon, Bertrand Traoré and Josh McEachran to become the 15th player to join Eredivisie side Vitesse Arnhem on loan from Chelsea in 6 years. 2 years on, and the England U20 striker is preparing to join Liverpool on a permanent basis, having signed a long-term deal with the Reds on the expiry of his contract at Stamford Bridge. A compensation fee is to be determined by tribunal, with Solanke expected to be valued at anywhere between £3 million and £10 million, and it could prove that the youngster's time at the Gel Radome ensures Liverpool secure one of the bargains of the summer. Chelsea's informal partnership with Vitesse is, on a basic level, mutually beneficial. The Premier League side send the most promising young talent to Arnhem to learn their craft, with the temporary club acquiring players already capable of cutting it in the Dutch top flight. While Chelsea can be criticised for effectively stockpiling potential stars and brutalising the English youth system, they had 38 players out on loan at the end of the summer transfer window in 2016. It has proved productive, with Nathan Ake, Tammy Abraham, Andreas Christensen, Lewis Baker and Charlie Musonda among those to boost the profile away from southwest London last season, and Patrick Bamford and Christian Atsu securing big money moves away as a result. It is a low-risk approach by a savvy ownership, but the Vitesse agreement is arguably different, as a breeding ground for youngsters already too accomplished to wallow in the club's U23s squad. Solanke was one such player, having scored in finals of both the FA Youth Cup and the UEFA Youth League in 201,415, as well as making his senior Chelsea debut in the Champions League against Maribor in 2014 and scoring the only goal in the post-season victory against the Thailand All-Stars 7 months later. Moving to the Eredivisie gave Solanke the opportunity to experience regular first-team football away from the pressures of a Premier League title challenge, where he would undoubtedly have been supplanted by Diego Costa, Radamel Falcao and Loic Remy. Making 26 appearances for Vitesse, and averaging 73 minutes on the field every outing, Solanke was certainly given the platform to hone his potential. The striker didn't take long to make his mark in Arnhem, scoring on only his second substitute appearance in the Eredivisie, latching onto a long pass from left-back Rochdi Achonta, eluding 2 defenders with a deft header and firing into the bottom corner with clinical ease as Vitesse waltzed to a 4-1 victory over SC Cambuur. Solanke had announced himself in style, and 3 weeks later manager Peter Bosz, now of Borussia Dortmund, via Maccabi Tel Aviv and Ajax, handed him his first league start, with the Dutchman promptly rewarded as his young forward laid on the second goal in a 30-win at home to De Graafschap. By the end of October, Solanke had scored 4 and assisted 1 in 9 league outings for Vitesse, averaging a direct goal contribution every 112.6 minutes and drawing considerable praise from ex-Arnhem right-back Ferdi Vierklauer, who said he is reminiscent of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Under Bosz, Solanke shone, but when his manager left for Tel Aviv midway through the 201,516 campaign, the loanee stock fell. Interim coach Rob Maas was unable to coax the same quality out of Vitesse's prodigious young forward, and Solanke scored just twice after the Eridivisie's winter break. Both of those came in a 30 victory away to FC Groningen in March, with the teenager netting a brace in 12 minutes to prompt a late surge for the 3 points at the Noordelijke Stadion. Given Vitesse serves to break in Chelsea's finer youth talent, it should be little surprise that Solanke struggled to impose himself at times in the Eredivisie, particularly given he was brought in to fill the void left by Wilfred Bony, and the striker often lacked the patience and physicality required to thrive against the front-footed defences of the Netherlands elite. While 7 goals in 26 games can be considered a tangible success for a youngster in his first season at senior level, Solanke's time at Vitesse was largely marked by a fleeting quality, eye-catching skill here, forward-thinking creativity there. Arguably most important was Solanke's spell in the Dutch top flight provided him with a rare experience as an English player operating in a foreign league. Solanke faded into the periphery at Chelsea on his return from Arnhem, as the contract dispute that ultimately led to his agreement with Liverpool rumbled on, leaving those 26 appearances stuck in time, defining his perception as a young talent until this summer's U20 World Cup in South Korea. Solanke emerged as a mature, well-rounded player able to spearhead England's surge to a first tournament triumph since 1966. He won the tournament's Golden Ball this summer, joining the likes of Lionel Messi, Sergio Aguero and Paul Pogba in being earmarked as the U20 World Cup's standout player. Largely operating in a deeper role for Paul Simpson's young Lions, Solanke took charge behind Everton counterpart Dominic and highlighted just why Jurgen Klopp will have been eager to bring him to Anfield. Tall and strong but agile and creative, he is capable of shining in a variety of duties, both at the forefront of the attack and taking a more measured approach interchanging with his fellow forwards. Perhaps most importantly for Klopp, he proved he is willing to work tirelessly for the cause, chasing down defenders and snatching up loose balls in order to propel attacks, and this humility may well have stemmed from his time away from England's bright lights. While Liverpool are likely to welcome more high-profile talents through the Shankly gates before the start of the season, Solanke's arrival certainly cannot be undersold. He is a young striker capable of competing with the likes of Divock Origi and Danny Ings as Roberto Firmino's deputy, and while his time with Vitesse was muted, it may well be that his time abroad proved more formative than once thought. Share this 28,552.